Hi, I'm Steve.
And I'm Sandy, and we're two tenderfoot tourists. Welcome to episode 85, the one about every hotel ever. Ever. So we're going to do something a little different today, just like the last episode was a little different. Things to do while Sandy recuperates from surgery. And we decided...
It's been a glorious time.
Yeah. We decided we had so much fun last time, and we did not hear enough from Brother John. So we brought Steve's brother John back to help us out with this episode.
Say hello, John.
Hello, sir.
And he sent me a video that is absolutely had me rolling on the floor because it was just...
On the nose.
It was so on the nose. And what was the name of the YouTube channel?
Tripp and Tyler. I had never heard of them before.
But they do these little skit videos and stuff on there, don't they? Is that what they do?
Yeah, I guess the best way I can explain it by the handful or so that I've seen is they're relatively short YouTube videos that are very sarcastic.
Yeah.
Which are right up my alley.
Sarcastic is our love language.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they kind of tell things how they are.
Yeah.
About a lot of subjects.
Yeah.
And the one that you were referring to is one of the ones that I saw and thought of you because of how much you travel.
Yeah.
For your work and pleasure.
And pleasure. I'll tell you what, and I couldn't stop watching. Once I started it, it was so funny. So what we're going to do is we're going to play the audio of the video on the podcast, and we're going to go through it step by step and start talking about all the things that they talk about in a hotel.
That we can relate to.
That we can relate to, and we hope that you can too. And essentially what we're doing is kind of demystifying, if you will, the stereotype that hotels are perfect. Because you know what? One of the things you're going to find out on our podcast, anytime you've listened to us and we discuss like going on a vacation, is don't put your expectations so high that it ruins your vacation.
If something changes,
If something changes, be flexible like that. Well, you know what? These things that they did in this video are so, it is so accurate to every hotel I have ever been in. Very rarely does any of those not happen. At least one of them happens at a hotel.
Absolutely.
And a few they did not talk about.
Oh, there's probably plenty that they didn't cover, but they covered the highlights.
Oh, they sure did. So, make a long story short, without further ado, I'll start the audio.
Welcome to Hotel Inn, where our priority is to make sure your stay feels exactly like staying in a hotel. At Hotel Inn, you'll always be welcomed by our friendly check-in agents who will happily press a lot of buttons really fast and over-explain every single detail of every single amenity our hotel has to offer. And then some. Each guest will get up to 3 key cards that probably won't work the first time. And you're going to love your room that you can hardly tell the last person smoked in. Each one comes equipped with a cozy corner chair for your suitcase, a fully unstocked mini fridge that doubles as a sound machine, an alarm clock for you to unplug so that you can charge your phone, a thermostat that turns on as soon as you set it to 60 degrees, a bedside lamp with a switch that's located somewhere, and of course a bed with an elegant down comforter that you might want to avoid touching if possible. In each one of our luxury bathrooms, you'll find a wide assortment of lotions and gels that you don't need, a freshly bagged hairdryer, and a fantastic shower, if you're able to get the water temperature right, and if you're under 5 feet tall. Our in-room entertainment offers movies still in theaters for the price of an actual movie theater ticket, large popcorn, and 3 bags of Twizzlers. We also have 24-hour room service. Enjoy a $19 grilled cheese sandwich and a glass of water covered in saran wrap, delivered by a guy who is sure to walk all the way in and make an ordeal out of where he should place the tray.
Here? That's fine. I can just leave it on the tray for you, sir. I don't care. Would you like me to put it here, sir? Okay. Here? This is good right here.
And speaking of our staff, our award-winning turn-down service will be there at the exact wrong time every day to clean your room and stack the out of your stuff, even if it's clearly trash. At Hotel Inn, you'll wake up each morning to the soothing sound of someone peeing in the room above you. Then walk right past this coffee maker that you're not going to use and head downstairs for a normal-sized cup of coffee from our cafe that proudly serves Starbucks. This should tide you over until you find an actual Starbucks. Have a few hours before your next meeting? Come take a swim in our indoor pool, along with one weird old man who will also be there. Work out to C-SPAN in our occasionally cleaned fitness center. Or you can get some work done in your room using our free Wi-Fi. And if you need to download an email attachment in less than 45 minutes, it's only $10 a day to upgrade to our high-speed Wi-Fi. Don't have a laptop yet? Feel free to use our Business Center's 2003 Dell. At Hotel Inn, your stay with us will be perfect. Just as long as you don't get thirsty and need water. We're really going to screw you on the water situation. They're like $8 each. Sorry. Hotel Inn. It's just like not staying at
whenever
home.
you want to say something, just simply pause it, and we'll talk about it.
Okay.
Just say pause.
Or, just a second.
Just a second. Okay. Either or.
I'll try.
Welcome to Hotel Inn, where our priority is to make sure your stay feels exactly like staying in a hotel. At Hotel Inn, you'll...
Okay.
Right off the bat.
Right
I was
off the
thinking
bat.
too.
Thin, stinking walls.
Oh, was that what that was?
Yeah.
I couldn't
yeah.
remember. Yeah. So
Hearing the thud, and I was thinking location.
Yeah.
When you're put by the stairwell or by
the
the
elevator,
ice
the ice
machine,
machine.
you can hear it every time.
Never fails. And now that's one of the reasons why we use Aviance while we sleep.
Right.
Because you have thin walls. I've actually had someone call the front desks thinking that I would left the water on because it's rain. And they'd call my room saying, like, did you leave
The tub running.
the tub running or the shower running?
really,
Yes.
Yeah, that's how thin the walls were.
walls.
you can't hear my face, but I have a look of amazement. I mean, I've had some thin wall experiences, but if someone's saying, "Oh, your sound machine sounds like it's raining in your room," that's
I mean, I've actually one of the reasons why I started using the Aviance because it was before we had smartphone. I started traveling. I could hear the person next door snoring. I mean, it was like he was sitting in the bed next to me snoring that stinking loud, and it kept me up all night. Did I make any sense when I said that?
yeah, no,
Okay, all right.
no, it made sense and it frightened me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's mind-boggling that they'd be that ridiculously thin.
Right. Some of the hotels actually, like the one in Myrtle Beach that we stayed at, and the one down in the Waters Hotel, will actually provide earplugs for you. And I've been in a few hotels where they provide
That
earplugs.
is classy.
Yeah, right?
That's classy.
That's genius. So, anyway, let's continue.
Always be welcomed by our friendly check-in agents who will happily press a lot of buttons really fast and over-explain every single detail of every single amenity our hotel has to offer.
And stop.
And then some.
For me, you usually do the checking in, and you got it down. You know how to get through these things and keep it hopping.
Yeah.
But
I don't even want to hear them like our breakfast and our swimming pool. I don't even care about that anymore because I could probably repeat it back to them. That's
That's
that
because
bad.
you're going to the same places, though, isn't it?
Yeah, well, it's standard. It's straight across the board. Very, very rarely. I mean, depending on the type of hotel you have, the amenities will change or the times will change. It's usually at 6:30 in the morning, goes till 9 is the breakfast, and then your pool usually stays open till about 10 or 11 o'clock. And I mean, it's just standard.
yeah, it's almost always identical.
I was thinking that when they talk about all the amenities, there's times where they don't tell you stuff that maybe you want to know.
That's true.
But I would say out of my travels, mostly for work, but my travels, they do kind of overemphasize things. Like if you come in and you're staying one night and they're telling you
All
about
the amenities.
Yeah, like a swimming pool and workout room.
Oh yeah, the workout room's another one.
It's 9 a.m. or 9 p.m. I just got in from traveling. I'm staying one night, and I will be leaving by, checkout time's before noon. And if I want to go swim, work out, eat breakfast all before noon, you're talking to the wrong guy.
Well, and some of them add in, and tomorrow night down in the restaurant is happy hour.
Yeah.
And you're like, I'm
One
checking
night.
out
One night.
tomorrow.
Tomorrow morning. I'll be out of here by 8 a.m. sharp.
Can I have that rain check drink now?
Yes.
I'll just
I love those hotels where they provide like, hey, just go get yourself a free drink, and sometimes they'll have a beer or tea or something like that, and they'll have chili and stuff like that. It's usually between 6 and 7 o'clock that they usually offer those sort of things. So, I mean, it's really kind of nice, but, okay, let's play.
Each guest will get up to 3 key cards that probably won't work the first time. And you're going to love your room that you can hardly tell the last person smoked in. Each one comes...
Okay, I think we could touch base on this because of the stories you've told me
Oh, yeah.
about walking into your room and finding it looking like somebody was probably staying there.
Oh, yeah.
like they were still there.
Yeah, like they never even touched the room when the person left, or that person was still there, like in the hotel room. Like I was like, holy crap, what in the world's going on here? It's like I've actually I know that for a fact that someone had smoked in the room the night before I actually arrived, and I would call down immediately when I get up there and I go, I need you to come up here and I need you to smell my room. Because someone smoked in here and it still smells like smoke.
And it's a non-smoking room.
And it's a non-smoking room. And so I'll have them purposely come up there and smell my room to verify the fact that I'm not going to get charged for smoking in a non-smoking room.
Smell my room.
I need you to come up here. And they go, well, I understand that. Do you want me to give you a different room? Sometimes I'll say yes if they do offer that, or if, whatever they can do. Or if they didn't,
Just don't charge me.
don't charge me for I don't smoke. And the sad thing is you leave and you smell like smoke.
Yeah.
That's the downside.
I mean, I've gone into rooms. I've checked into rooms where it smells like maybe someone had done it in the past. So it's just kind of that stale kind of smoke smell.
Yeah.
Not the fresh fragrant smoke,
No.
but the old stale smoke.
Yeah.
Leftover smell.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like it got humid in there and now it's really soaked in kind of smell. But, yeah. Okay.
A fully unstocked mini fridge that doubles as a sound machine. An alarm clock for you to unplug so that you can charge your phone.
Okay, that drives me nuts.
Who uses an alarm clock?
You know what drives me nuts? They still ask me if I want a wake-up call. That's number one. That drives me nuts. I'm like, how old am I? I don't know how to set my own alarm clock in the room or
Maybe
on my own phone.
Maybe it's for the individual that it went off. It went off, and then my cell phone, it probably went off too, but it's buried under my body because all I did was fall onto the bed. I'm not saying this happened to me.
No.
I know people.
Yes. Well, in the video.
So call me, and if I don't answer, maybe they'll come up and wake me up. I don't know.
Maybe. Okay, so the thing is also a lot of these hotels nowadays, it drives me nuts because they really don't think about the positioning of the outlets.
No.
Oh, no, it's terrible. And they'll only have like 1 or 2 in the room anyway.
Yeah,
and
they'll
this is
have one by the bed where all the lamps are plugged in.
Correct.
Yeah.
And it runs behind the bed, so if you want any extra outlets to plug in, you have to climb in behind a nasty.
And then let's not. No, we don't.
Oh my gosh, what did I find there?
I've just unleashed the mold spores of
Yes. The zombie apocalypse will start right now.
sinuses.
You disturbed the death. You disturbed it.
Yeah, I'll be haunted forever. But no, and then the other outlet is usually like behind the dresser that no one uses.
Yeah, I don't want my phone all the way across the room.
No. And it's like behind the TV.
Yeah.
Or whatever. And
have you stayed in the hotels now? I love the hotels that have the little charging hub right next to the bed.
Well, I stayed in some that had charging hubs on their
nightstands.
Well, their
desk.
Their desk.
Yeah,
they had a desk. They had a desk lamp, and it had one. Well, it might have 2 USB plugs, but one might work.
Right. Yes.
And
it's real loose in there. You know?
Yeah. You plug your phone in. Your phone goes, no, don't plug me in there. I feel dirty.
It's okay. His vaccines has been caught up and everything.
I'm sure they used the neutralizing machine on it.
Yeah, there it
It
is.
sanitizes everything.
Everything is sanitized.
There's not one living thing in here. Nor can you live in here afterwards.
No. Walk in.
Tumor.
A thermostat that turns on as soon as you set it to 60 degrees.
All right.
A bed.
Sorry, it didn't take long for me to come up. First thing I do when I go into a hotel room, if it's the summertime, I put that thing as low. I want a refrigerator.
Yeah, you knock that sucker down.
Yep, and nothing's more disappointing than the ones where I am sure of it. That thermostat is a dummy thermostat.
Yeah,
and it does. And she just mentioned on that video, and nothing happens until you get it past a certain place.
It's
and that's
true.
because they don't want you to put it past a certain place. Like,
right.
So yeah. They don't tell you that.
No,
You're
don't.
just like,
you got to figure it out on your own.
I'm uncomfortable, and I paid for it.
Yeah,
I'm going to take a cold shower.
There's also a couple of things that drives me nuts about the placement of where your desk is compared to where the air unit is, because 9 times out of 10, it's usually your desk is, because I do paperwork once I get into my hotel room. I'm sitting at the desk and I got this cool air, which I'm trying to cool down, and I got to get my paperwork done.
And it's freezing the side of your face.
One side of my face is an ice cube, while the other side is just moderately cool.
I can't blink on my left
I know.
side.
And so, I mean, if they would just simply take that desk and move it away from the window, I'd be much, much happier. But, I mean, that's just the way
You could move the desk, but they've got it bolted to the floor.
They have it all bolted to the floor.
That's right.
Let's play. Oh, and the lamps. And this, I love this. This is so true.
Side lamp with a switch that's located somewhere.
That is so true.
And of course,
I was just in a hotel room and I was thinking about this video and I'm like, okay, it's either the little toggle push in button, it's a turn toggle, or it's a little flip switch. One of the three.
Yeah, it's either a flip switch or it's a that push toggle button.
Yeah.
Or a like I've seen ones where it was the little rotation on the end of the light.
Yes.
Where you twist it, or it's the push toggle one that looks like it was a bolt. It's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
you're thinking that's how they mounted it to the wall. Why am I going to push that bolt? And
So true.
and you go, holy crap, that's the power switch.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then it's so far away that,
Yeah.
why
I
you
don't
can't
wanna
even
get
reach it
back
from the
up and do
bed.
that, yeah.
You're like, I'll just use my phone as a flashlight.
Pretty much.
To introduce a little levity to the podcast, we again bring to you words of wisdom from You Know You've Reached Middle Age If.
You start to notice that the people you work with could possibly and potentially be your children.
I'm there. I've been training these people.
And there have been points where I'm thinking, they could be my grandchildren. Some days I feel that way.
Oh, I understand.
You know that feeling?
I do. Driving a school bus, it's really bad because I'm sitting there going,
Oh my gosh.
dang.
Yeah.
I know I'm not that old. Oh, wait. Maybe
Oh,
I
wait.
am.
Starting to catch up with you.
Ooh.
a bed with an elegant down comforter that you might want to avoid touching if
I love
possible.
this sound effect. That's so
In each
awesome.
one of our luxury
Pause.
bath.
That sounded wet and uncomfortable.
And crawly.
You know, they
Sounded crawly.
they sell those
Black lamps. No,
No, you don't want to use one of those.
No.
Because you will be frightened forever. But
Please let that be blood.
no. That's pretty bad when that's okay.
Okay.
Oh God.
I just want to point out that John and I heard two different things with those sound effects. He heard wet.
Yes.
It's just
I
sounded.
heard crawly.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, see, I was thinking
Oh,
like
crawlies.
sticky, wet.
Yeah.
I can see how
Oh,
you
it
can
was so-
think
Moist
crawly.
bedding.
Yeah. Well, Country Inns and Suites. You ever stayed in one?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. That was what. I don't know why. It's like 1 minute the place I'd work would set me up in this fancy hotel where I'm like, I don't drive a BMW, and then they would have me go to Country Inns and Suites, which I really actually like.
I like their breakfast at the Country Inn.
They have a really good breakfast.
Yeah.
But what I was going to get at was when you stay there, they have a little pamphlet on the bed. And it says, do you like your blankets? Do you like your pillows? Do you like these comforters?
A little questionnaire that has that?
No, it's you can buy some if
Oh,
you like
yeah.
them.
Yeah, that's
And,
right.
you know, they're these fancy down comfort. And to be honest, they were really
Reasonably priced?
no.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
No, wait, retail times 2.
Uh-huh.
But they were really nice quality in like down blankets and stuff like that. It's just, I don't know. I guess I kind of found it odd. Mm-hmm. But yeah, other places they're trying to sell you on your sleep stuff. So you would probably think that maybe in cases like that, maybe they take care of it better than some other places.
You know, that's an interesting
because
thought.
if you came in and there's a big wet, sweaty spot in the middle of it, you're like, oh, I'm gonna buy me a set of these.
Yeah.
If I buy them, is it these? No, I
can see I can see your line of thought.
So
there.
maybe if you go to a place like that, maybe keep that. Maybe they take care of these.
Maybe that's an interesting thought. I've never thought about it like that, because I have seen the little price list that they'll have in there on the desk or something like that. Bedspread, it would cost this much. A shower,
just generically.
Yeah, just
is that more like a damage bill of material
just
type
like
thing?
These things are available at the front desk.
Okay, now I've been to several places and I've never seen one of those. This is the only instance where I've seen, hey, you like these blankets and pillows, you can buy them.
You can buy them, yeah. That's fascinating. But that's an interesting line of thought. I never thought about that.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Well, hey.
Well, let's just listen to a little bit more. Okay.
Rooms, you'll find a wide assortment of lotions and gels that you don't need, a freshly bagged hairdryer, and a fantastic shower, if you're able to get the water temperature right, and if you're under 5 feet tall.
That drives me nuts.
I know that.
I'm 6 foot tall.
Yeah.
I'm 5, not even 5'4", just barely under 5'4", and I've had them be really short for me. So
Wow.
I know you guys are out of luck.
Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah, there's been times where I've stepped into the bathtub and I'm like, wow, this bathtub adds about another foot. And so you're like, wow, that shower head is...
I'm thinking this thing is perfect for washing my kneecaps.
Yeah.
I thought you maybe were thinking about a nasal rinse. Just point it up.
Just pointed it, yeah. Oh my goodness.
This is the largest water fountain I've ever seen.
It's like a playground, a water park in the...
And the free soaps and lotions, I find those kind of fun. I talk to people for years, they're like, I just take them all.
There's sometimes when they have the shea butter bars, they smell real good, and they got oh my gosh, they are really nice. I might take those. I'm always tempted to take one. Now we went down to the Waters Hotel, and they had they're very local down in Hot Springs, Arkansas, is where this hotel is.
That makes sense.
And they have a lot of businesses that support other businesses, and they make the soap for that hotel.
I've actually been to some of those soap shops in Eureka Springs.
They're amazing.
Where you can make whatever flavor and the consistency and whatever. So that makes sense. Yeah. That's kind of cool. Actually.
And you can see, it's like we went downstairs and we say, I love the soap that you guys have in your room. They go, oh, really? And they hand us a big wad of them. Here you go.
And you get a discount if you go over next door and show them that you stayed here. Blah, blah, blah. Mm-hmm.
See, but that's cool.
That's
good
business.
But in general though, those soaps and stuff.
I never use the lotions. It worries me because there's nothing that says this is been sealed.
How many times has this been refilled?
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Well, for me, I don't use the shampoo and conditioners unless I'm desperate, and that's all mainly because of the fact that
if you're out.
Yes.
And you're traveling you're a runaway fugitive.
You're going to welcome that.
You're going to go, you know what? That's got to be better than the soap on the rope.
Okay, play.
Our in-room entertainment offers movies still in theaters for the price of an actual movie theater ticket, large popcorn, and 3 bags of Twizzlers.
Very true.
We also have 24-hour room service. Enjoy a $19 grilled cheese sandwich and a glass of water covered in saran wrap, delivered by a guy who is sure to walk all the way in.
Creepy.
Have you ever done room service?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we've done it.
We've done it a couple times. Usually we're too cheap for that.
Yeah, when they say on this video $19 for a grilled cheese, they were not exaggerating.
Well, I know that's not kidding. Tori took some trips for her work to like Chicago, and they said, go ahead and just order room service or whatever. And I think she ordered like a hamburger and some fries.
Thinking that would be
and a
relatively
bottled water.
Inexpensive.
Yeah, it was like $25 or something. Yeah. And she's like, that wasn't even McDonald's quality.
Is that with tip?
You know what? I honestly don't remember. I just remember that she was put off, let's say, by.
Yeah. I'm cheap. I don't like doing that.
Yeah, I remember Tori was like, "Well, I'm kind of nervous about leaving the hotel room." It was one of her. Yeah, it was one of her first trips or whatever, and she was kind of solo at the time, and so she's like, "Well, I'm just going to order," and it was just way overpriced.
It is way overpriced.
Now, she didn't give me any creepy stories about people trying to,
place it on the bed with her sitting in it. Okay, first of all, I wouldn't climb into bed with a stranger in my room. I would be like, yeah. Thank you, leave it right there. Thank you, got it.
Get out.
That was a mouthful.
Uh-huh.
Don't be crawling into beds with strangers at hotels.
Yeah, because in the video, he jumps into bed real quick.
Well, I think he was changing clothes.
I think that's what he was doing.
And he jumped into bed going, hey.
He came in unannounced. Now, whenever we did do room service, they did knock before they entered. In this video, I've never had anybody just barrel in.
I've never either.
Yeah. I agree. Here, let's play.
Make an ordeal out of where he should place the tray.
Oh, yeah. Delivery.
I can just leave it on the tray for you, sir. I don't care. Would you like me to put it here, sir? Okay. Here? This is good right here.
And speaking of our staff, our award-winning turn-down service will be there at the exact wrong time every day to clean your room and stack the shit out of your stuff, even if it's clearly trash. At Hotel Inn,
we've had that happen.
Wake up each morning to the soothing sound of someone peeing in the room above you. Then
it's so tranquil.
In the video, they really need to go look at it, because in the video the guy smiles and looks up longingly like, "Oh,
the guy's got to go pee."
Yeah, it's like he has a flush toilet.
Nice? Like, I think I'll pee now.
Yeah.
Well, now you're like, I got to get up.
There's nothing holding it back now.
Yeah.
Coffee maker that you're not going to use, and head downstairs for a normal size cup of coffee from our cafe that proudly serves Starbucks. This should tide you over until you find an actual Starbucks.
And then the coffee machine maker that's in there, very rarely. If it's the K-Cups, I might do it.
K-Cups, yes, but I remember before K-Cups, they always had the prepackaged, like the coffee thing. No. Those coffee makers, scary.
They are very scary. I don't know when the last time they've been washed.
Right past this.
Huh?
Exactly.
Have a few hours before your next meeting? Come take a swim in our indoor pool, along with one weird old man who will also be there.
The creepy stranger in the pool.
Do you remember?
Yes, I was thinking of that exact moment.
The girls ran into that problem at the pool.
Yep.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, I never use the pools when I'm by myself. I don't like going in the pool in the first place anyway.
I was going to say, there's not enough chlorine for me to go in a public pool.
And unless you're a man swimming laps the whole time, why are you down there by yourself is what everybody that walks in there is going to see.
They have to go
and wonder. It's creepy. But yeah, the girls they had a problem with that one time. That they were dying to swim, and they came back really quick, and we found out that
there was just kind of
he was watching them, and
it was creepy.
Yeah, it was.
And then we find out that he wasn't even staying at that hotel. There's a guy in there. Sir, what roommate? Oh, you're not here. Oh, you're just creepy.
Don't do that. Okay, Blaine.
Work out to C-SPAN in our occasionally cleaned fitness center.
And that is no joke. There's still some sweat in there that's probably been sitting on there for months.
Oh, I've seen some that look like they haven't been dusted. You're like, no one's used that.
It's like nobody uses them, and nobody cleans them.
The fitness center is open till 11 o'clock.
And what we run into a lot when we have went in to possibly use equipment is the half of it doesn't work.
That's true.
Oh, yeah.
You're taking your life in your own hands. I'm surprised they don't make you sign a waiver.
There's like bare wiring.
Oh, okay. So this is totally off the subject of hotels, but on our latest little jaunt we took, remember what happened to me? I went into the bathroom, and what did I see?
I don't remember.
You've got me really interested.
I know. An automatic flush toilet, the equipment, the wires for it weren't enclosed in a metal thing anymore. They're just kind of sticking out there.
Were they wired to the wall, or was it still
they were
battery
just sticking
operated?
out the side of it. And looking at it, I would have thought, touch that and you're going to die.
Well, I guess it depends on if some of them are battery operated because they don't want to hardwire those because that could be your last throne sit. But no, that's
like an
terrible.
electric chair.
Yeah,
you know,
it's like that would be terrible. I wouldn't.
Gone the way of the Elvis.
There was a little kid ahead of me and they refused to go in there because it scared them because the wire's sticking out all over the place.
Okay, so I'll be completely honest with you guys. Those automatic toilets that flush on, they've got the little sensor eye on there, make me as paranoid as all get out.
You know what I do?
What do you do?
I take 3 or 4
piece of toilet paper and lay it over it.
I lay them over it.
Genius.
Because there's been some times where, you're still making a transaction, as my wife would say. And that thing decides to flush with the ferocity of a typhoon.
Did your hiney get washed?
Exactly. A bidet when it's not a bidet.
Yeah. It's non-clean water.
That's the trick that someone taught me years ago was you go in and you're going to have a sit down. You take a strip of toilet paper and lay it over the sensor.
That is genius.
And then when you're done, you remove said toilet paper.
And it's go ka-flushy.
And then it goes ka-flushy.
Ka-flushy.
Or you can get some work done in your room using our free Wi-Fi. And if you need to download an email attachment in less than 45 minutes, it's only $10 a day to upgrade to our high-speed Wi-Fi. Don't have a laptop yet?
Which, by the way, it is really freaking expensive.
I did pay for the high speed, and that's because I used the corporate card.
And then you got
otherwise I would never have paid for that.
I'd say on our trips, probably 50% of the time, one of us can't even get it signed on to it.
No. Yeah.
Oh, they're
free
awful.
To use our Business Center's 2003 Dell.
Windows 95.
At Hotel Inn, your stay with us will be perfect. Just as long as you don't get thirsty and need water. We're really going to screw you on the water situation.
That's what you talked about.
Like $8 each. Sorry. Hotel Inn. It's just like not staying at home.
Okay, that was the video right there.
Yep, I know we really chopped it up, but I do encourage everyone to
watch it
because it speaks so much truth, and actually a lot of their heavily sarcastic videos.
So what is the lesson we learned from this, children?
You tell us.
Don't fantasize about what your hotel stay is going to be like.
Yeah, don't have these huge expectations. It can ruin your vacation, for one.
And just remember, what do we look for in a hotel? We look for clean and safe.
Yeah.
If it's better than that, awesome. If it's not, as long as we have clean and safe,
enjoy
or as clean
perks.
as the naked eye can see and safe.
Yeah.
Don't get a black light.
Nope.
Ever. As long as we have clean and safe, we're usually pretty happy.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing that video with us, by the way.
Sure, absolutely.
So let's...
Well, that was fun. Now, of course, we say thanks, John, for coming on again.
Thanks for having me on.
Anyway, let's cut this off then.
And it's over. You guys are a mess.
We are a mess. Okay, so that wraps up episode 85.
The one about every hotel ever.
Do Tenderfoot Tourist is a weekly family-friendly podcast. If you like what you hear, be sure to subscribe on Podbean, Apple Podcast, Google Play, Stitcher, TuneIn, and Spotify, just to name a few.
To get in touch with us and even...
Try that again.
To get in touch with us and even chat about your... I'm struggling. To get in touch with us and chat... This is bad.
This is not good.
To get in touch with us and chat about this podcast or even your travel experiences, simply email us at tenderfoottourist@gmail.com or follow us on Facebook and Instagram.
Keep those suggestions coming, and maybe you'll give us the best episode of 2019. I'm Steve.
And I'm Sandy.
Until next time,
stay tender.